Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Enigmatica 2 Expert. Now, since last episode, I want to show you how this has come along since the last episode. So right here we have 8 stacks of rubber. It's all backed up. Fish trap bait's a little bit below because I've ran out of string, so it's kind of bouncing, back and forth. I may actually shut that off though at some point because I'm sitting on so many stacks of every fish that I'm not going to need it anytime soon. So I don't know. I may shut off the traps, but up here we have 19 stacks of sticky resin. We have 4.5 stacks of pumpkin. We have 71.5 stacks of sugarcane. Almost 2 stacks of purple dye. A stack and a half of dandelion yellow. Not a ton of those, but we just have 1 plant. Not a big deal. Technically, we could start into mystical agriculture and get dye seeds, but I've just kind of got them over here for fun. And I've actually been working up some stats on some better pumpkins and some better dandelions. I did a little bit of breeding with that. They're up to, the pumpkins are setting at like 4, 3, 2-ish on average. And the dandelions are setting pretty close to the same, actually. Fairly close to the same. Now, if we head upstairs, this is actually where I spent a lot of time. A lot of time up here. It's a little bit of a run. Luckily, we have quantum leggings at this point. So, right here, I have been working on our ice wing. Our ice dragon wing. So, of course, we had this all done before our first dragon den. But then I've also started working on this little hallway, added some dragon skulls. These are tier 4 dragon skulls. Over here are tier 3 dragon skulls. And this is a tier 5 dragon skull. And then, of course, the ones that we have in that hallway leading to the first cage are tier 2 dragon skulls. But anyways, I've started working on this area a little bit. I think I'm going to actually widen the cave a bit, the entrance, because I know the last time I was flying my dragon out, I kind of got stuck trying to come out of here. So I do think I'm going to make this a little bit bigger than it is, but that's fine. I was planning on raising the ceiling anyways, but this is kind of like a place where we can, get our dragon out and take off and then come back in and land into the ice wing. Now down here I've started building something out, but it doesn't actually go anywhere just yet, and this isn't shaped up. I mean, this is really rough, this area is at the moment. And then I've got some pillars started. I haven't started on the ceiling because I wasn't for sure, how tall am I going to make this, that kind of thing, which will change based on how big that cave entrance gets. Now over here, we have a couple little rooms here. These are actually painted wooden doors from Ender.io. You can just paint doors with whatever texture you want and make a door out of it. So, Ender.io, now you can paint all kinds of stuff, trap doors and slabs and all kinds of things, which is probably one of my favorite things about the new version of Ender.io, the 1.12 versions. Over here, this is kind of like a little hatchery area. We can drop our eggs in there and let them hatch for our dragon breeders to use. Now over here, we have another little room here, and this is going to be where the baby dragons live. And I'm actually probably going to keep a few in baby form. Now, I'm going to have to check, because I know some people on the server, and I know it's been an issue on and off with Ice and Fire since it first came out. It's not in every version. It's like they fix it and then it happens again and it breaks and they fix it and, but I know some people on the server have had issues with their dragons vanishing. Now, I have a theory, and this is true for in the past, what would happen is, or generally what would happen is, your dragons, when a server restarts or whenever you're restarting a single player, your dragons don't really keep their, stay commands. And so they'll just wander. And I think that's what's happening to everyone else's dragons, is I think when the server restarts, if they're not, caged in properly, the dragons will wander off, and then they'll just kind of, wander away and be gone. Because whereas, normal dragons in the wild are tied to a nest and they stay near that nest, tame dragons don't, and if they're set to wander, they will actually just wander around, like a passive animal. So I've got these little cages here to keep the babies in there, and we're going to test it and see if they stay. If they do, then I'll probably put, these dragons into cages, at least one of them. I'll probably keep Sapphire on me, and that's because I do ride him a lot, whenever I'm out and about. So I do kind of want to keep him close at hand. And then if we jump down here, one other place that I've started building a little bit on It's very, very rough. It's just stone at the moment. But I've built a little pathway here that comes around, and it comes over to here. We're probably going to be using this today. So, and then it leads right out to here. And then right over here, Mask Critic left me a gift, and this has actually been here apparently for a while. I just hadn't found it. And Tyler kept asking me if I'd found it, and I was like, no, I haven't found it. But I haven't been breeding tree nodes for a bit, so to be fair, I don't generally come out here. Normally I fly the dragon out. If I'm going anywhere, I fly the dragon out. I don't take the boat as much anymore. So, anyways, chisel and bit, a little decoration that I'll probably be using around the base in some places. So a big thank you to Mask Critic for that, because it looks great. He did a really good job on it. And it'll definitely fit the base design quite a bit. And then in addition, since the last episode, I did make the Quantum Suit helmet. I was actually going to make the chest piece, but the upgraded chest piece requires the electric jetpack, which we don't currently have yet. And it requires an elytra. So we'll probably end up going to the end at some point, so we can go find an end city and get an elytra to make the electric jetpack to make the chest piece. But the headpiece is probably the best piece, in my opinion, because at the cost of power, it does the night vision thing. It also cures wither. It can cure poison. It can give you water breathing. It can also auto-feed you from food cans. Personally, I don't generally use the auto-feed because you end up eating through power a lot. But that is there if you so desire. But it does have to be food cans, and, I've got deluxe chicken curry, so. And honestly, with the gluttony charm, it's not too big of a deal to eat. It's instantaneous, so. Anyways, what we're going to be doing today, what we're going to be working on is we're going to get into some dragon breeding to start with. And since we haven't actually done that on camera, we are going to eventually do some fire dragons. It'll be a little bit later on. I'm focusing on ice dragons right now. And that's because I have to build out a whole nother wing for the fire dragons. So I'm kind of focusing on getting the ice dragons situated a bit, and then we'll turn over to the fire dragons. It'll probably be a little bit later on once we move into the next set of mods, because these are big projects, so I'll get to them whenever we get a chance. But first up, okay, we've got a male and a female ice dragon, right? So we have the female is only at stage 1 at 6 days, so I'm going to make a few dragon meals. So let's go ahead and get ourselves. I'm going to go ahead and go for 64 of these. So we're going to need 64 of any kind of meat. I'm probably going to use either grubs or turkey. Each of which, yeah, grubs I've got 104 stacks, so. There we go. There's 4 stacks of those. And then I'm going to need 5 stacks of bones. Alright, so let's get ourselves a bunch of bones here. And then we'll get our 64 dragon meals. Pow, there we go. Okay. Of course, we've done all this before, but we're going to do it again, just really, really quick. And then we're going to turn one of these into a sickly dragon meal. I just need to go grab 4 poisonous potatoes, which we do have quite a few of those. Not a ton. I mean, poisonous potatoes have always been, like, pretty low chance. But we do have a bit of them. I've just got to find them in here. Honestly, there might be some in the drawer network now. I'm not for sure. But okay, we got 63. So there's going to be some in the drawer network before long, but that's fine. Alright, so there's our sickly dragon meal. And let's head upstairs. And let's go dragon feeding, and then we'll get into dragon breeding. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab our dragon staff. Let's go ahead and drop her down. And okay, I had a visual bug, so. Alright, so she's sitting right now. Like, she vanished. I got all scared for a second, but it's just a visual bug. Alright, so let's go ahead and feed all of these to her. And get her up to, like, stage 3, just like, well, I was about to say her brother, but that would get things a little bit awkward here soon, so. But anyways, her, broodmate, we'll say. Now I don't know if I want to use a sickly meal on her. I think I'm going to keep her this size. I actually quite like her this size. And the broodmother, I think we're going to do a different color for her. So if we take a look here, let's grab this. Okay, let's see. She's a stage 3 at 69 days. That'll be fine. Okay. I think she's actually a little bit, yeah, she's a little bit bigger than our other dragon. So let's go ahead and grab her. Oh wait, I need to give her the sickly meal as well. So let me do that real quick. There is your sickly meal. Okay, and let's grab her. Okay, so now what we need to do to breed these is we need to make, let's see, it's this right here, the Frost Lily mixture. You're going to use Frost for Frost Dragons, Fire for Fire Dragons. Pretty self-explanatory. This is a combination of Frost Lilies, which are those flowers. You know, I've pointed them out before. There's Frost Lilies and Fire Lilies that spawn in corresponding biomes. And I've been stocking up on these for our eventual dragon breeding. So let's pop over here. The only thing, I think I've got prismarine crystals, maybe. If we don't have prismarine crystals, it's not a big deal because we're going to be actually farming. We'll probably just jump to what I was going to do towards the end and do that first. Yeah, I've got prismarine crystals. Not a whole lot of them, but I do have enough for this. Okay, and there's some Frost Lilies. Perfect. Okay, so let's get our Frost Lily mixtures. Okay, there we go. There's 2 of those. And then what we're going to do, let's go ahead and grab our dragons out. And let me grab this because I think, I want to say Sephiron is just kind of wandering right now. I think, yeah, sit down. Why don't you have a seat? And then let's go ahead and drop down her. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our Frost Lily mixtures. Whoops. Okay. She just ate it. And then he just ate it. And there we go. They should go together. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. There we go. He's going to go after her. Oh, there we go. Haha. Okay, you need to sit down. Let me actually just pick these up because their job is done. You can see right here we have a dragon egg. There's also a grass path. And there's some of these dragon nests around it. Basically, they create like a little small dragon nest. And then we're just going to left click, pick it up, and it is a white dragon. So as you can see, of course that was 2 blue dragons that we were breeding, and we got a white dragon egg from it. You can get different dragons, regardless of what colors you use to breed them. And I was actually wondering, these dragon nests, can we pick these up? Yes, we can. Awesome. Because I do want to use these, in fact. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to take our dragon egg over here, and this, you guys are probably familiar with at this point. We're going to take it, we're going to place it down right in there, and we're going to give it a little while. Now, it's not so important that I stay right next to it, because, you know, it's going to do its thing, and the dragon shouldn't be able to escape, since it's inside this little cage. So I'm just going to let that sit there for just a second. And I tell you what, we've actually got another egg, right? We got that, some other kind of ice dragon egg. Sapphire. Okay, so we're already going to be, Emerald, of course, is a fire dragon. But we're already going to be 3 out of 4 colors. Once we hatch the white and we hatch the sapphire, we'll have 3 of the 4 different colors of dragons. So I'm hoping that maybe the sapphire or the white even, maybe the white, the very first white dragon that was created will be the broodmother. If it's a female, we'll see. And actually, while we're waiting, I should probably go ahead and make another dragon horn. And by the way, if you want dragon scales or dragon skulls, like, for example, the tier 1 dragon skull, I've never seen one of those, like from wild dragons, you know, the already dead ones or anything like that. You can kill your baby dragons if you so desire. If you really want a tier 1 dragon skull, you can kill your babies and you can get a skull that way. So just a heads up, if you're feeling a little bit morbid, you really have to have a skull, you can do that. But I actually wonder, dragon nests, are those used for anything? It doesn't look like it. We could use the painting machine, make a bunch of them, I guess, but I was kind of hoping they were actually using a recipe to require you to have to actually breed dragons and stuff. But okay, our white dragon just finished. I went ahead and tossed the sapphire in there. I mean, I could have tossed both of them at the same time, but I don't know what I was thinking. But anyways, I got in this dragon horn. We're going to take it right over to here, and we're going to drop it off. There we go. That's our little baby ice dragon. Our little baby white dragon. And it is a male. Okay. So I think what we're going to do, this first little white dragon, I'm going to go ahead and you can take your dragon command staff, shift, right click, and it says the dragon's home position has been set to that location. Okay. So it's going to consider this home. This is going to be like its little nest. And I actually think I should maybe pull this stuff up. And maybe put in like a little nest. And it's set to, I can set it to sitting. I don't think it really is going to matter too much. I'll probably just leave it on wandering, that one. And it can just kind of wander around inside of its little nest. So, and then I'm going to need to get a name tag and name it, of course. So let me go do that, actually. And I'm going to go ahead and make up an anvil real quick. Made one too many blocks of iron, that's fine. I'm going to stick an anvil down, like, maybe we'll put it like right over here, and this will just be for like name tags, you know. And we'll go ahead and give him a name. Just kind of a, off the top of my head, name that kind of sounds sort of dragony. And there you go. Now he is named. And he can just kind of hang out here. And then we need to see about another dragon. This one should be hatching any time now. If it hatches in here, it should be fine. It shouldn't be able to wander away because it's contained within this area. I mean, if it touches the blue fire, it's not really a big deal. Basically gives it, like, confusion and it moves around all crazy like. Not 100% sure if that even affects mobs. I know it affects players, but I don't know about mobs. So, but I'm going to kind of use these as a test. If it goes well, then I'm going to put some of these other dragons. I'm probably going to keep him. Like, what I think I'm going to do is Sapphiron. I'm actually going to summon him right out here. Like, right, say right there. And we'll go ahead and shift right click him. We're going to say that's his home point. Now that we kind of have this area sort of built out. I mean, I still got to put the floor in and everything, but this is where it's going to go. Because he's going to be my riding dragon that I take to battle. Or my frost dragon. I'm probably going to have a fire dragon as well for that purpose. And then what we'll do is we'll probably put her over in the pen that's over there and tell her that's our home position. But I want to wait and see and make sure for like a couple days, make sure our dragons stay around here, and then we'll see. Because right now, I mean, she's my only female frost dragon. Oh, and actually, you know what? Before I forget, I need to go make a sickly meal. Otherwise, our new baby is going to, he's going to grow. And we don't want him to grow. We want him to stay a baby forever. Oh, and I think our baby has hatched. Yep. There we go. Okay. Got our sickly dragon meal made up. Come here. There we go. Alright. It's a female. It is a female sapphire dragon. So I think what we're going to do is she is going to be our brood mother. Like the one that we grow to max size and put down in the brood cave. So we'll go ahead and give him a dragon meal. So he's going to stay little forever. A sickly dragon meal. And then, yeah, she's not going to need a sickly dragon meal. She's going to just get as big as possible. So give me a second. I'll show you what she looks like out of the water. There we go. That's her. I think she'll be a good brood mother. And so the only dragon that we're missing, the only color at the moment, because we've got a white. I do want a big white. I want a big flyable sapphire. But let's see. We are missing silver. Will be the one that we're missing. That's fine. We can breed those dragons again. It's no biggie. I mean, I'm going to have a bunch of dragons running around here, so I'm sure we're going to get a silver at some point. And also, we're going to have a bunch of eggs that aren't hatched as well. Like down around the brood mother and within this little hatchery area, I want some dragon eggs that are not hatched. Kind of as displays. Then I also want the armor stands and stuff. And I'm actually probably, sadly, going to have to kill some dragons as well. For like the baby skulls and the different scales and stuff like that. But we'll see. Okay. I think I have a name for her. There we go. Thrimjaris. Which, of course, is, once again, another WoW reference. One of the broodmother dragons from WoW. So, anyways, we kind of have a lot of WoW-named dragons. Not all of them. I mean, this little guy isn't. He's a little minor dragon, though. I want all my big ones to have, like, really meaningful names, you know, just kind of taking them from WoW. It works. Okay, so now we need to get her up to full size. And I guess I'm just going to make up a bunch of dragon meals. I want you to see how big she is. Now, we're not going to be able to put her down just yet because she's just too big. She's just too big to put down, but I do want to go ahead and grow her. So we're going to need to get ourselves... let's see. Let's go get 8 stacks of grubs. It's actually pretty easy to make dragon meals at this point. Bones is probably the worst part just because we haven't set up spawners just yet. We will be before too long. But I tried to wait to do spawners because I didn't want that to be my go-to for armor. Now that we have our quantum suit stuff and we're actually making it, at this point I don't mind getting into a bit of spawners before too long. Not just yet, but before too long we will, I promise. Let's see. Let's get a few stacks of dragon bones here. Okay, I got 2 stacks of dragon meals. I think this is enough. They go up to, I want to say it's 1,000 HP before they can't grow anymore. And by the way, if you ever want to heal your dragon, just feed it raw meat. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before, but if your dragon does take some damage, you can just feed it some raw meat to get it, to get its health back up. But anyways, let's go ahead and drop her down. There we go. Let's tell her to sit at the moment. And let's start feeding her up. I want to say 2 stacks will be enough. I could be wrong. Hey, wait. Wait, where are you going? Whoops. I meant to hit it with the dragon staff, not the horn. Alright, yeah. 500 health. I'm sorry, not 1,000. This is max size. This is a max size dragon. Now, she will continue to consume food. So just a heads up, but... Come here. There we go. She will continue to consume food, but she's not wanting to, like, sit very good. And I think it's because this terrain is, like, so bad. Let me warp. There's a grassland village over here. We'll just warp over here. And let's drop her down. Now, I want you to sit down. That's what I want you to do. And if we take a look here, there we go. You can see she's 128 days old. If you left her on the server, she could grow on her own. But this is what a max size. I promised you guys you could see a max size dragon. Look at that. That is a big dragon. Of course, you kind of get to see them. I mean, the tame dragons at max size are slightly larger than the tier 5 dragons that you find underground, just slightly. But this is what a maximum size dragon looks like. And if you want to see something funny, I'll show you what flying on a max size dragon looks like. It looks like this. See, it's kind of a little bit big, and if you try to go into F5, like, you end up with this mess. It's hard to, like, really get a good picture of it. Or, really take a look at it. That's why I prefer, like, a stage 3 dragon. Stage 5 dragons are extremely powerful. They're just not reasonable. Because, like, right now I'm trying to shoot Ice Breath, and I can't even aim it, just because she's so big. She's so massive that I can't see over her neck at the moment. So, let me go ahead and just bring her in for a landing. And, oh. There we go. There we go. Okay. But anyways, that's going to be our brood mother. For right now, I'm going to keep her put away. But once we get our brood cave set up, we'll have her sitting inside of there. But for right now, I don't have it done. So she's going to have to stay in the horn for the time being. That's fine. But what we can do now is we can continue to breed dragons and make additional dragons. I'm going to want maybe... I think I'm going to have... If I could ever go through this door. But anyways, I would like to have maybe like 3 dragons in there. Maybe even have one hanging out around in here. I don't know for sure. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and set her home spot. This is going to be her pen, assuming that our dragons don't despawn. They shouldn't. Because I think it's just... I'm pretty sure that the issue people have been having with dragons despawning is just because they didn't set the home point and they didn't have a cage for it. I think our dragon should be fine, since we have a nest set and everything. So, but I don't want to chance it at the moment with her. I don't want to chance it just yet, but we will. Okay, it's been a little bit. I've got a couple more dragons here. I've got another white one, and this one has not eaten a sickly meal, so I will be letting it, actually grow. I'm going to let it just kind of run around for a little bit, and just kind of grow up on its own. I mean, that's the purpose of this little room here. And then we also have this one. It's a sapphire, and I have not given it a sickly meal either. I'm going to take both of these to a stage 3, I think. And they'll be like the start of the sapphire and the white clan. The sapphire and the white dragonflight is what we're going to start here. So, and then I've got over here, I went ahead and left her just kind of hanging out in here. And she seems to be okay. I mean, my dragons haven't been vanishing. We'll see after the server restarts, for a few times. But we actually have quite a few dragons building up. Altogether we have 6 at the moment, which is great. Basically, I got to go out and find more frost lilies. I'm out of frost lilies at the moment. It's kind of what's holding me back from making more dragons. So I'm gonna go out and try to find a bunch of frost lilies. I'm assuming that there is no way to craft these. No, but it looks like Celt 2AB once we get into advanced rocketry. It looks like we could probably get it there, I think, but I don't know. It says it's 0%, but we'll see. Anyways, it's really cute inside this little nursery to kind of watch them like moving around and stuff. I actually quite like them. And we'll eventually have to get like maybe some stage 2s and stage 4s and stuff. Have like a variety of sizes within our dragon keeps. So, but we're just kind of getting the basis of it started. It'll continue to grow. So, anyways, I know it's about wrapping up point for this episode. We're going to try to aim right at about 30 minutes for this episode. Because the last episode was pretty long. It was a bit over the 30-minute mark. But I was just kind of wrapping up, what we were working on. So, next episode, we're going to continue on with some more Ice and Fire, I think. We are going to move into another type of breedable creature and start actually using that little area down there. I'm going to work on that a bit. She does that sometimes. She flies around. She can't actually get out of this room, so it's not a big concern. But she does fly around and stuff for whatever reason. And I have been making some nests in here. I'll have to clean those up and replace the floor, I guess. At least the parts down here that are, that aren't snow covered. So, but yeah, next episode we will work on water transportation with Ice and Fire. Something that we need to do. And we might get into hippogriffs. I don't know. Because I haven't built that area, and it's not an area that I'm in a super rush for. So we may wait into the day. I'd rather have a dragon than a hippogriff. Because they have, like, the dragon horn and the dragon command staff and stuff like that the hippogriffs don't have. But I do still want a little roost for them. Like a place for them to call home. And for us to have some of them. But I do want to get into the water transport. And so I've got to build out that area that's down there. And I'll work on that between the episodes. And continue trying to breed out some more dragons. Because I would like to continue increasing our number of dragons that we've got. And then maybe getting some display eggs up. And maybe try to work on this cave for the brood mother. It's going to be massive. And then I got to raise the ceiling. I got so much work to do up here. So I'll be working on that between episodes. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button. And go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. Stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. Also, one quick side note that I forgot to mention. Whenever you're breeding your dragons, I suggest you have them set to wandering and not sitting. And just give them a second to breed. Sometimes it does take a second. So if you're having some issues, it could be one of those two things. Just give them a minute and make sure they're set to wander. So they should still be able to breed whenever they're sitting. But it can cause some minor issues. So just a heads up. But anyways, I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys then.